Hello, I'm Dwight,
I'm Dwanda.
and we are
The
the
Washingtons.
Washingtons, and we have literally uh, been thinking about doing something like this for years. People have been talking to us and encouraging us to do some kind of format like this to be able to speak into marriages and relationships. Uh, and we have been hesitant to do it because there's so many voices on social media now, and of course, everybody is an expert at relationships, whether their relationship is working or not. And so, I just didn't want us to get lost in the plethora of other voices, and so I've been a little hesitant to do this. But after a lot of conversations and much prayer, here we are. And so this is our first, which we hope will be one of many broadcasts, because actually we are very passionate about helping married people stay married, and people who are in relationships, to help them to navigate that, and to, if it leads to marriage, knowing what to look for and knowing what to expect. I think if I remember correctly, it's been a long time ago, but we met when I was 15 and you were 14, and we dated for 5 years.
6.
You say 6, I say 5. She says 6 because I think there was a whole year she was stalking me and I didn't know it. She considers that relationship. So
Whatever.
so that's why the discrepancy. But we got married young. I was 20, she was 19, and my goal is, and I think my wife would agree, that our goal is to just help you to take some of the years and tears and fears off of your relationship. If we can share some of the mistakes that we made and help you to be able to avoid those things, I think we've done our job,
I
right?
think so.
So we got married young, and it's been a journey. Between our children are grown now, and we've got 3 grandbabies. One of the oldest is in high school. Can you believe that? It doesn't. It just seems like just the other day when we got married ourselves.
Yeah.
But that's going on 40 years ago. In June the
Second.
June the 2nd.
You know
I was
I'm
just
gonna
seeing if you knew.
No, I'm going to always get it right.
I'm just seeing if you remembered, because sometimes your memory gets a little cloudy
Well,
on dates.
hey, well, not.
So you remember sometimes now you ask me when it's your birthday or how you will be on your birthday.
Do I ask you that?
Yeah, because you forget dates. You're horrible with dates.
Yeah.
You ask me how old the kids are.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you that. But I'm good with other things.
All right now.
Okay.
All right now, Mama.
Mm.
I see you. I see you. Can the church say amen? I see you. And she is right, by the way. That's going to be one of our episodes
We picking up
as well.
episodes as we go.
As well. So, our whole goal is just to help people navigate the marriage. And so we were talking about what we would talk about on the first one. What if we could prioritize things? What would be the most important thing as it relates to marriage? So I asked my wife during our conversation what she thought was the most important thing, and your response was
Communication.
communication. And everybody says communication. That's all you hear: communication, communication, communication. And so I pushed in just a little bit because I wanted her to, at least in my own mind, to elaborate as to exactly what she was talking about. So can you tell our listening audience what you told me as it relates to communication?
Well, it's just taking out time to chit chat. You don't even have to be about a major of any topic or anything, but just the weather, the store closing, something on TV, just talking, just making time to talk to your partner.
Right. So, excellent. So, I mean, we make an effort, at least we try to, we make an effort to prioritize communication. I mean, it's not a thing in our house. Like if I come in and I walk past her and go to the bedroom or to the bathroom without like saying hello, kissing her hello, and then going on and doing what I need to do, right? And same way with her, when we leave or you get home, you kiss them hello, you kiss them goodbye, just to let the other person know that you're glad to see them and that you value having them in your life. Because whether you believe it or not, people got choices.
Yeah,
Would you agree?
I do. And life is precious. That's why we make it a point to say goodbye, to say hello, because you don't know when life will leave. So you want to make sure that you say that to that person every time.
And I mean, we have these discussions about what if one of us was not there, what would life look like? And we've had those discussions before. I tell her that she's going to go first, and I just want to make sure.
First.
And she tells me she's not going first, so I tell her to make sure that she has something written down, so I'll know, how her service is to flow.
Already lined up.
So I mean, it's just we joke with each other all the time. I think this is critically important to just laugh. We make each other laugh. She does great what do you call those when you copy somebody?
Copy somebody.
No, no. You call them. You call them. What do you call them? Like when you talk like somebody else. I can't think of imitate.
Okay.
She does great imitations. She makes me laugh with that, and I mean, ever since we've been married, she does great imitations, and our children are just like her. You haven't lived until you hear my son's Bernie Mac imitation. It is hilarious. So we laugh a lot in our marriage and in our home. When we get together with our children, we laugh and we talk, we crack jokes. I think that's important for a healthy marriage. Would you agree with that?
I do. I agree.
And one of the other things that we have been doing, and we still need a little bit of practice at it,
What's that?
but we're doing better at it, is when we go out to dinner, we put our phones down.
Yes. Yeah. You need to come up a little bit on that.
Hey, well, I got a lot going on.
You do.
So,
but it's important to put it down.
It's critically important because what that says to the other person is I prioritize the time that I'm having with you right now. So we both have busy lives, and somebody is always calling my wife for something, and so we just have made a conscious effort to put our phones down while we're having dinner.
Yep.
And as I said, we got to get a little bit better at it, but we're much better than we were.
Oh yeah.
Because we used to be sitting at the table
and be
like with our phones like go like this. Now, what did you say?
Oh yeah.
And so we've gotten much better at putting our phones down. It's just the little things. And most marriages, they don't have huge, humongous problems. It's just the little things that just keep building and building and building, and nobody says anything. And anything that you don't address with your spouse, you give permission by default. So if I don't tell you that I don't like that, or if I don't tell you that I don't like it when you do that, or I don't like it when you say that, then by default, I'm telling you it's okay. So we make it a conscious effort to say, anything that we don't like, we let the other person know, and we do it in a respectful way. Would you agree?
I do.
That's important. So we try. That's one aspect, doing things in a respectful way. Because as I said, if I don't tell you I don't like it, then in my mind, you have permission to do it. Continue to do it. And so what happens is things keep building and building and building, because many times people are, they're afraid to say something because they're afraid of the fallout, because they know that if they say something, that the other party is just going to have a total hissy fit. And so rather than addressing issues, they just let them build and they don't say anything. And then when they finally decide to say something, it's this huge fallout, and we got to call the police and the ambulance, and the coroner's office has got to show up, and it could have been avoided if we could have just had these small conversations to begin with.
Right.
Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So, in your mind, does the responsibility of communication fall on both parties, or is that? I know
We're both responsible. Yeah, both.
I know usually, and this is not to be stereotypical in any way, but usually women talk more than men.
Mm-hmm. Usually.
Usually.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you really want to get her going,
What?
you make her mad. And I tell you, she doesn't get mad very often,
Mm-mm.
but if you make her mad, she is quite the hurricane.
Whatever.
But even if we're mad,
Mm-hmm.
we always keep talking, and we
Keep
always
talking.
sleep together.
Yes.
I don't sleep in the
Nope.
guest
sure
bedroom.
Don't. No, you don't.
The only time in our relationship when I slept, 2 times I slept in the guest bedroom is
Cold.
the one time I had COVID,
Mhm.
and then you had COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and those were the only 2 times
That's it.
that. So even if we're mad at each other,
Get in this bed.
get in this room, and we still sleep together.
Mhm.
I think that's it's just important to us, and every house has its own flow. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
And I really mean that. Every house has its own flow. So there are going to be some things that we say that only works in our house.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are going to be some things that are pretty much universal. It works in every situation.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to find what works in your house and in your situation, and just work at it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep building. Keep talking it through, and. And another thing that we have discovered, which I think is critically important, is knowing the capacity of your partner.
Right.
I did a demonstration at our church a while ago, and I tried to pour a gallon into a pint.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
I do.
And it won't fit.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that there was something wrong with the cup that I was trying to use? Nothing. The cup was absolutely fine. It just did not have the capacity to hold a gallon. It was only created to hold a pint.
Mm-hmm.
And if the only way you're going to put a gallon into that pint cup is you do it a pint at a time. But there's no way that cup was going to handle a gallon at one time. And many times we give gallon-sized responsibility to pint-sized people, and we always end up being frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
So I know for my wife that she does not like to stay home. She likes to go to the mall and the different places, and she tells me that she's getting things for the church.
Mm-hmm.
And
I do.
I just have to assume that the Hobby Lobby has church items and Greenwood Mall has church items.
It does.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
sure does.
we're going to go with that. So I understand that for me to ask her to stay home with me is just going to be she's not going to do that, because that's just not her nature.
I like being outside.
She likes being outside. For me, what do I like doing?
Sleeping on the couch. Oh, not that. Oh, okay.
That's the wrong answer.
I mean, staying at home reading a book.
Reading the books. I watch TV.
Studying. Yeah.
I study.
Mm-hmm.
I always have to. I like to have my mind invigorated. So I love just hanging out at home, working out in the yard. But for her, to ask her to sit at home, it would be
Not gonna happen.
she would be miserable. And I understand that, and there's nothing wrong with that. She likes what she likes. I like what I like. But we always come back home. We meet up back at the house, and we go over plans or what we got going on and what we need to do for the next day and those kind of things. But knowing knowing the other person's capabilities. She knows that if she asks me to do something, she might have to ask me 2, maybe 3 times before I get around to it.
3 or 4.
You don't have to ask me 4 times. Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, be honest with the American people.
Well, I mean, there has been cases. Studies show.
Well, you know what? The only time you had to ask me more than one time, I did it on purpose.
Oh, did
Because
you?
you asked me too quick. Like, you asked me to do something, and then like 2 minutes later, literally.
Like, why you not moving?
Like, ask me. I was like, you just asked me. Can I at least breathe first before before I get to this task that you've given me? But that's that's her thing. I understand after 40 years that when she asks me to do something, she means pretty much right now. She don't mean she doesn't mean when you get around to it. I used to think that she meant when you get around to it, but she doesn't mean when you get around to it. And we have certain tasks that we do at the house.
Right.
You do the bills, and I kind of tell you what I would like to have done, and she's laughing because sometimes she forgets. Did you pay that? You know what? I was getting ready to, and I forgot all about it. So I have to. We work with each other. We work with each other. So it's worked for us over almost 40 years, and I can say that my life has been better because of you.
Likewise, honey.
I need you to speak up when you say that. I need you to say that. I need you to say that with your chest.
Likewise.
I think we've made, and then raising the kids, and they're grown now, and we don't have to worry about that, and we're empty nesters now, and we pretty much just come and go as we please, and it's amazing. I tell people that I'm now a parental consultant. That we can't tell our kids what to do anymore. We just advise, and so that's knowing where you are in life, and things have changed, and so I'm really enjoying doing life with you. It's really honestly it's been a great ride, and I'm hopeful for many more years.
That was so sweet. Thank you. Likewise, honey. I'll cook you dinner.
Barbecue salmon?
That's what you like.
That's what I want.
What day?
That you heard it.
What day though? This year.
I was hoping today, but
Ooh.
I know we got a lot going on today. So
okay.
It may not be today.
Let's put that on the calendar.
Okay. We'll do that. All right. So until that's about all we got for you today. I hope something was said that just kind of resonated in your spirit and in your relationship. Hopefully, we look forward to our times together.
Yep.
I think it's going to be awesome. So until next time, I'm Dwight.
I'm Dwanda.
And we are
The
the Washingtons.
Washingtons.